This is week 3, day 4 of my powerlifting program. And yeah, I've been feeling pretty good about it. Today we're going to be doing banded deadlifts. We have slingshot bench press. And then lastly, we're supposed to be doing lever rows, but I'm going to be doing a lever row machine just because I hate setting everything up. And yeah, I think I'm going to start with 315 with the bands. Definitely causes some people to give you some looks. Like, I think it's already bizarre that, I don't know, I think the deadlift is kind of not such a popular exercise. And you know what I also hate? I hate how people who usually don't, okay, no, not people, specifically men who go to the gym and this is this very specific archetype. The kind of guy that comes to the gym only does chest and arms and back, and he just like he'll be big, he'll be like a big dude, but really no real knowledge on lifting, no real knowledge on like proper form and just like the mechanics of everything. Actually, hold on, this is a pretty good one. This is 315, 34, 345 for 4 with the bands. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, one more. Let's go. 4. Beautiful. But yeah, I think there's like this very specific type of guy that comes to the gym, and like I said, they usually be like pretty muscular, especially like at the chest and the arms. That's usually the only 2 things that will really hit. They might hit legs once a week, but they'll see me deadlifting, right? And I can tell that at first they think that I'm like eagle lifting when I'm like deadlifting 315, and I think they start to really see it when I'm like at 405. But then also I feel like they love to be like, oh, you should lower the weight, more like time under tension, or like, lightweight, more reps. And I'm like, yeah, but like, we have different goals and working towards different things. Honestly, I'm really glad I got this shirt. I thrifted it last week with my mom. Honestly, it's been really nice being back home, and honestly, like, just the relationship between me and my mom has gotten not so much like not better, but like I feel like it's stronger, and it was never like we were like upset with each other. It was more just like I had my life in Brooklyn, and also I felt bad sharing my losses with my mom. I feel like I wouldn't want to upset her or put her on her plate. But since I've kind of had to come back home and everything's kind of been like, I'm very visible, so she can literally see me. And I don't know, she's been an amazing support system. I love this shot. A little Spielberg, a little Martin Scorsese with the angles, I'm sorry, but this is such a good shot. Like, I should really get an Oscar for this one. And then we moved over to slingshot bench press. I don't know if you guys know Mark Bell. I believe him and his brothers run a documentary called like Stronger, Better, Faster, or something along the lines of that. And I believe they talk about their steroid usage and kind of how they rationalize in their head. But I've never seen it, but you guys should check it out, and maybe I will too. But you know what, the one good thing Mark Bell did that was great was he made this contraption, and it really helps you push some serious weight. There's no way I'd be doing this without that. And for 4 reps, I'm not gonna lie though, it really does give you like a really badass feeling. Just because like you're like, damn, like I really have like 285 in my hands right now. Like, that's crazy. And even though you are obviously, I'm very conscious that I'm getting assistance from the slingshot, but you still feel really good. You feel like a badass. You're like, damn, like that's me. It's funny because there was like an older guy at the gym that I see often, and he goes, he's like, yo, that's some really good weight you were pushing. And I just like, I was like, thank you, but just so you know, like, I can only do that weight with the slingshot. I think it's very important that like you know that, just because like I know how much it's helping me, so I'm just like, I want people to know, like, no, like, yes, like it's cool, but I can't do this raw. I would die. I would literally die. So I just think that's funny. And this is the 295 set, which I've never had in my hands. So that was the first time I ever had 295 pounds in a bench press. Obviously not raw, but still. You see the guy in the back? A lot of people were messaging me. They were like, "Yo," 'cause I posted this video on my Instagram story. Everyone's like, "Yo, that guy was looking at you," and I was like, "Yeah," but I don't think he was doing it like out of envy or like, you know, kind of being like being or even like impressed. I really don't think he was impressed either. I honestly think he was looking out for me. Just because I know when I see someone going for a big lift, especially on the bench press. And also, I recognize that I'm not the biggest guy in the gym. And I am okay with that. I think it's pretty cool when people underestimate how strong I am. And then I, you know, do the movement. They're like, what the fuck? But still, like, if I saw me, I would have been like, yo, let me just keep an eye out. Make sure he's good because he has no spotter. So, I don't know. I really appreciate that. I didn't actually notice that until I got home and looked at the footage. But if I see him, I'd be like, yo, what's up? I believe this is like my second to last set. I'm not gonna lie, I wish the slingshot was incorporated a little bit longer in the program, but this was the last week we're gonna use it. But next time I will have it already. I actually had to order it like 2 weeks in, so I got like 2 weeks without it. I'm really interested if I could hit 315 with the slingshot. I think that'd be really cool. Okay, the back of the shirt does look crazy. Maybe that is too long. This was the final set. Also, I forgot to fix the exposure, so that's why it's still a little bright. Been trying to get more cinematic with the shots. Honestly, even like me recording like this voiceover like this was kind of just like an accident. I think I forgot my cable for one of my microphones, so I couldn't use it, and I was pretty bummed out. And I was like, you know what, just record it and we can do a voiceover and we can just kind of roll with the punches. I'm not gonna lie, there is something nice about this format too that I'm learning. Just earlier today though, I was like trying to figure it out, and I feel like I just couldn't figure out how I wanted this to like sound and look like, and it was starting to frustrate me a little bit. But I was able to figure it out from some support, some, you know, amazing people. And yeah. And so I know I said earlier that I had lever rows as my last exercise, but there was somebody on the machine that I wanted. So I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to grow my chest a little bit more anyway, specifically like my upper chest. So I decided to do some incline dumbbell flies. which honestly like felt really good. Um, Sometimes with powerlifting, it can just become very monotonous. Like you already know what's gonna happen. It's all very like strategic and all very intricate. It's like okay, like X like percentages and RPEs. It's kind of nice to just like go for it. You pick up the weight and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it and see how many I can pump out, and just like really feel the pump and really feel the tightness and just chasing that. I do miss that form of training. I do love powerlifting, but sometimes the 5 reps, 5 sets gets kind of boring. And just doing something like this feels good. Also, like that stretch when you don't hit a muscle for a while and you finally hit it again, and you're like, it gets like a real nice stretch. Like, yeah. Because again, when you're powerlifting, you're just always doing the same exercises. And again, I love it, but it's just the truth. Sometimes this shit gets boring. Why did I look so sad in that shot? I was not sad. I was actually having a really good workout. Oh, that's one of the older guys in the gym that was talking to me. He's a really nice guy. Honestly, like, I'm been pleasantly surprised as to how, I don't know, like I don't know why I was so worried about like working out my home gym, and just I didn't think I was gonna meet many people. I think like most of the gyms I've gone to in the city in Brooklyn, I've always managed to like make a lot of friends, and I don't know why. I assumed there was gonna be a lot of older people and like young high school kids, which honestly it's literally that. But the old people have been honestly really nice. And I'm not old, like older than me. I don't want to be like shady. I'm probably gonna be upset if I call them old, but older people. And they've been like, they'll see me doing my thing. They always like give me some words of encouragement. They give me they give me a handshake. It's cool. And the cool high school kids, like it's cool seeing like a bunch of like young kids get into the sport so early. I know it's kind of annoying sometimes when like it's a group of 5 of them and they're all just kind of bench pressing, and you're like, bro, you guys are just digging around right now, like please, like get out of the way. But you know what, at least the kids are there and not doing some dumb shit. So honestly, what should really happen is Blink should get more bench presses and more squat racks so we can all fucking share, and we just wouldn't have to wait, and then the kids can take as long as they want on that bench press. There's already like 7 more. And if Blink doesn't do it, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so we're finally on the lever rows. Again, like the lever rows, I'm supposed to do them with like a bench and a barbell, but I just didn't want to do all that. Cause I'm like, damn, I've already been here like an hour and a half. I'm trying to go home. I'm not gonna lie though, I do really love this machine. Like, this is probably my favorite back exercise. If I'm specifically targeting back, this is the one I'm probably gonna want to go to. That's not to say there are more better exercises. This is just my personal favorite. And I don't consider the deadlift a back exercise. That's a lower body. You can find me on that. Okay, bodybuilder. Something about it, like, you just feel like a badass. Like, I like it's something about being on that machine. It feels like kind of like you're riding a bull, or like getting ready to ride a bull. Especially when I start using the straps. I think I use it on this one. Yeah, I do. Something about like prepping for that lift, being on the chair, something about it just feels really. And then when you actually do that first like pullback, and you can feel that heaviness, you're like, oh, and you actually start the exercise, like it feels tough. Boom. That was a good set. Even I felt it. I'm not gonna lie, I am enjoying this format of video. I was freaking out earlier. Not gonna lie. Can't even lie. Chill. My forearm looked great on that shot. Okay, forearms.
Music licensing reimagined.
I believe this is my last set. Honestly, this was a great workout. I really was happy with all of my lifts, and it was the last day of the week for my training, so it felt good to end on a high note. I think the night before I had pizza. I don't know. I really went a little too crazy this past week. I'm not gonna lie. But some really good food. See what I mean about riding the bull? Like, yeah, it's right there. Okay. Damn. Okay, muscles. Nah, I'm serious. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe there's one or two of you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.